Hello and welcome. It's Leon Street back again, and it's Wednesday, so it's visionary marketing. And in today's video, I'm talking about how to create more impact and income through aligned decisions. And if this is the first time you've come across me, I want to get into the formalities first of all, so I can step you through into what to expect. So first of all, if this is the first time you have come across the content, remember, do subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just head on over to YouTube, just search for Leon Street. And whilst you're over there, just hit the subscribe button and click on the notification bell to be notified of all my upcoming videos. And also check out all the previous videos that I've uploaded on the channel. So the quick way to do that is to go to leonstreet.com/YouTube. But let's get into the content for today. I want to get into what it means to create more impact and income through aligned decisions. And if you've never come across the term aligned with decisions, I'm going to break both of these words down so we have an understanding of what it means. But I want to kick off with this quote from Tony Robbins, just to set the scene, I guess, most of all. And for a lot of people, you probably come across Tony Robbins is probably the number one personal development self-help guru that most people are aware of. There are obviously others, but a lot of people have come across his content because this guy has such a huge brand, billion-dollar business, and he's done that over many years. So it is in your moments of decision that your destiny is shaped. And so if you're going to create more income and impact, and you're going to do that through the decisions, we need to understand what it means to actually create this type of destiny, and the type of destiny that creates more income and impact. And so in order to do that, we've got to have a real understanding of what that truly means. So let's get into that and just dive in. And so what I'm going to do is hit you up with some definitions. Let's look at what decisions mean. So decision is a noun, so a conclusion or resolution reached after consideration. And an example of this would be, I'll make the decision on my own. And so if we dive a bit deeper, another part or explanation of this or definition, the action or process of deciding something or resolving a question. And I guess when it comes to, taking your coaching or consulting business to the next level, it really is going to be about, deciding on something and resolving the question. The question is usually, how do I grow my coaching or consulting business? An example of this would be the information was used as the basis for a decision. So it might be the basis for you to grow your business. More explanation or definition, the ability or tendency to make decisions quickly, decisiveness. She was a woman of decision. So that's decision. But in order to make aligned decisions, i.e. decisions that have purpose, have meaning, have a reason, have why, we need to understand it from a soul or, let's say, more spiritual position. And if you are religious, then, that's cool as well. But let's get into this as we dive deeper into aligned. It's the purpose of life to live in alignment with who you really are. Yeah. So even if at this stage we take the two meanings of what I just shared with you, to make a decision, to resolve either a question or something you want to decide upon, and then attach that to aligned, it's the purpose of life. So you're making decisions around your purpose of life, and therefore you make decisions in alignment with who you really are, rather than, bending to somebody else's will or other things going on outside of what you actually want to create. And just to extend this further, living this way, aligned, you can't help but realize your potential or be happy, because life becomes a moment by moment flow of thoughts, beliefs, habits, and actions that match up with your soul needs. And so for me, these are two great points that are raised here. And I don't know about you, but being able to make decisions to create more income and impact must have alignment with your soul. It must have alignment with your purpose. It must have alignment with your vision. And quite often when we're making decisions that push us outside of that because we're in fear, we're going through depression or sadness or anxiety, or we're being challenged in our business, it moves us away from creating aligned decisions. And it's not really coming from a place of woo-woo in that sense. It's coming from a place of who you truly are. If you're not deep on spirituality or not even religious, perhaps it's your core values, and that might be the starting step for you to make decisions based on your values. You hear a lot of people talk about it. What are the values of the company? What's the mission? What's the culture of the business? But not everybody actually lives by them or runs their business by them. And therefore what tends to happen is your business can grow organically, but it might grow organically in the wrong direction, i.e. not aligned to who you truly are and the type of business that you actually want to build in order to create that impact, which will result in more income, provided you have the right business model. So for me, just diving deeper, I've got two stories I'm going to cover with you today, just to dig into what this might mean. So decisions that are right for your vision or purpose, that's really what I'm getting to. And that way, you're going to be able to create impact and income. And so if you're going to make more decisions around your vision and your purpose, obviously at that point, your business will be in a place where you're here using your gifts, whatever your skills are, whatever it is you've got to create in terms of change with your community. And change, when I say change, it's change because of the products, the services, perhaps the programs, the things that you offer people through your business that will create the transformation that it is that you're here ready to offer the people who need your help. So knowing, I guess, in terms of meaning in that sense, let's dive into the stories that I want to share with you. So first of all, I'm going to kick off with, this is a personal story about when I launched my coaching business. It was a few years ago now. But I think the story is appropriate because what I want to show you is that when you align your decisions and you take action on them, you can truly create something out of nothing, essentially. Because a lot of the times when we're talking about vision, and I've recorded a video on this before, so do make sure you check out the YouTube channel on creating a vision and creating the business aligned to that vision. But the point I want to get to here is, when I first launched my business, I think it was about 6 years ago, this particular business, I've run a number of businesses, but when I first launched this business that I'm in now, Business Owner Elevation, for those of you who don't know, the important step for me was, how can I take it, from zero to the next level? And at the time, I was running a marketing agency that I desperately wanted to get out of because that wasn't aligned with who I was at that point in time. And so when I launched my first official webinar back in, I think it was 2016, I didn't have a big strategy, so to speak. And my email list, as it says there, I had an email list of about 300 people at the time. So it wasn't a huge email list. And so those of you who don't have a big email list, it's a great story. And so I launched some Facebook ads, so this is back in 2016, and had people signing up. From those signups, I was able to gather leads. So people who registered for a live webinar that I was holding. And at the time, I turned this business that started from zero, I closed £23,000 in sales in 23 days. And basically at the time, I brought on 10 new clients who paid me £2,000 for a program. And obviously 10 times 2 doesn't equal 23,000. That's because some people are on payment plans. So therefore I charge a little bit more for payment plans. Just for those of you thinking, well, the maths doesn't add up quite, Leon. So the point I want to get to, guys, and this is the importance of creating impact and income through aligned decisions. At the time, I was going through a change in my personal life, and I was going through a change in the direction of where I wanted to go in my business. And, I was doing work on myself in the sense of, like, what do I truly want to get out of life? What resonates with me, and what am I passionate about? And what I realized is that the kind of clients that I was working with, the ones that were winning, the ones that were successful, which is actually going to lead me into story 2 in a moment. I'm going to lead you to one of my successful clients that actually stayed a client into this new business. Is I truly understood that the clients who got results and that I got results with were the ones who paid attention to the advice that I gave them. And so off the back of that, I had a light bulb moment, and it was like, actually, if you're a coach and people invest in you, Leon, that's what they're going to pay attention to, because they're going to pay attention to wanting to understand from you and therefore gain the advice, the insights that you can give them to be a success and get the results they were looking for. So the point I want to get to is that for me, this change came about through recognizing the signs that I had in my previous business, or the things perhaps for you that are going on in your current business that you need to pay attention to. What are the signs? What are the things that you need to pay attention to in order to go to that next level? Is this making sense, guys? If it is, just give me a yes in the comments below. Give me a thumbs up whether you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, or LinkedIn. So the point that I want to get to, guys, is for me, I was able to take my vision of where I wanted to go next in my life, in my business, and launch this new marketing coaching business. And within 23 days, I generated £23,000 in sales, around about, say, $28,000 for those of you outside of the UK. And so for me, it got the momentum, it got things off the ground, and I was off and running. So the point that I want to get to, guys, is that if you want to create more income and impact, this is why it's important to align your decisions from where your purpose and your vision is, because that way you're going to create something that you truly are passionate about. You wake up in the morning, whether it's Monday morning or Friday morning, knowing that actually the day is there for you to create whatever it is you're there to create, for you to really grab the day by the horns and go ride it like a bull. So let me lead you into story 2. So remember, story 1 for me was launching my business. Story 2 is actually one of my clients. And so I want to share with you about Pin. So Pin's one of my longer term clients. He started with me when I had my marketing agency, but he was one of the type of clients that when I gave him advice, he listened to it and implemented. And I just want to share a bit of backstory because it's a really cool story. And you can see there's some awards in the picture that we hold in here. And this is my award to Pin. This is a 100K award. And this is when Pin crossed the 100K mark in his second business that I helped him with. And the other award is his 100,000 subscriber award from YouTube. So let me get into the story, and just to kind of give you some insights, guys, on creating impact and income through aligned decisions. So when Pin first came to me, he wanted to set up his business and take it to the next level. He wanted to make a difference. And this was the key thing that I remember him speaking to me about. He was like, Leon, I've got this idea of what I want to do in my business. I want to create more safer drivers on the road. He was a driving instructor. And so for me at the time, I was like, wow, this is really powerful. Somebody who truly believes in making a difference. It wasn't just, I just want to grow my business and that was it. It was truly being about making a difference to, the world, in the sense of he wanted to have safer drivers for when his children were also growing up and when they end up driving as well. So there's all the other safer drivers on the road. So at the time we set out, so we start, marketing his business, creating the website, doing the other things. He starts following the advice of getting reviews on review sites. One thing led to another. He becomes the #1 in our home city. So he's actually local to where I live in the UK. Becomes #1 reviewed on Google. It becomes #1 reviewed on Google and on some directory sites for the region, so the West Midlands. And at that point, I think somewhere in the region of like 200 200 5-star reviews, and I think a couple 4 out of 5 reviews. But anyway, he starts dominating, implement. And what I haven't told you is that, remember, when he came to me, he was just a solopreneur, just him as a driving instructor. In the course of about 3 years, he'd graduated from being just him to having 10 drivers in his driving school. And remember, his thing was to create more impact, to create more safer drivers. So at that point, he launches his YouTube channel, grows it to around about 30,000 subscribers. This is going back about 3 years ago. And we realize he's onto something because the audience is starting to grow, but they're very much responding on YouTube. And so at that time, what happens, we make a decision to launch his own course online, which was basically how to pass your practical driving test. Off the back of that, he really puts in the work to grow the channel. So now he's publishing 2 videos a week, growing audience. Fast forward to 2021, his channel is over 340,000 subscribers, creating massive impact. Yeah. His online course and the income from his driving school, which now has around about 34 drivers in it, plus another business that he sets up as a result of the success of what he's doing with his online course, he's flying. He's a 7-figure business, right? And everything all in. And so the point that I want to get to, guys, is this all came from an aligned decision to create safer drivers on the roads. Yeah. And that was the theme, the vision that he stuck to, and the vision grew as he grew into the person that he needed to be in order to run the type of businesses that he now runs, like 3 different types of businesses that all align, and just about to launch a 4th revenue stream that again aligns with the theme of practical driving tests and learning to drive. So the point that I want to get to, guys, very simple. when you align your decisions, yeah, and you make these decisive decisions that are aligned to your vision, to your purpose, to your soul, however you want to, position it, to your values, you will create the impact that you seek, and you will be compensated with the income that follows, so long as you have the right business model. But it's going to happen, guys. And so the point of me sharing this with you is for you to understand that actually you can create something from, I guess, seemingly nothing. Yeah, just putting your vision in place and following through and making it happen. And that's what I wanted to share with you today, guys. So finally, for me, I guess the key thing is, if you have really enjoyed this content and it's resonated with you and you'd like to increase your income and impact, comment impact below this video. And what I can do is send you more details on how I help my clients, just like Pin, what you saw earlier, to generate multiple streams of income, but essentially just to take your business to that next level, especially if you're a coach or consultant. Pin has now become a training consultant, pretty big online. And so, if that's you, you're a coach, business coach, life coach, then please do comment below this video and I can send you more details on what you can do to go to that next level. Finally, guys, if you've enjoyed the content, please do subscribe to the YouTube channel. Just head on over to leonstreet.com/YouTube, and that will redirect you to my YouTube channel, where you can hit the subscribe button and click on the notification bell to be notified of all my upcoming videos. And remember, there's over 200 videos on the channel covering everything from marketing, sales, mindset, and all other bits and bobs in between. And so on that note, guys, I'm going to finish for today. Thank you for watching, and until next time, I'll catch you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.